Will Devon Levi be the undisputed number one next year in Buffalo? I play in a deep league, but think I could strike gold there.
I do think you can strike gold. I think undisputed would be too strong of a word because, again, the sample size is small. Devon Levi, he's a small goaltender. It might take him a while just to adjust fully to the NHL, so we can't sort of anoint him a star. If I were to place a bet, do I think Devon Levi is going to be a star? Yes, I do. I do think he is the future in Buffalo's net. But the goaltender position is so fickle. It's entirely possible he is jockeying for position with Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen next year. I've also seen some sort of rumor speak out there that the Sabres might be trying to target a bigger name goaltender to pair with Devon Levi. So that would obviously change everything. So the way I would describe it is be excited if you have Devon Levi, but I wouldn't say bet on him, put all your eggs in that basket and say, oh, this is my number one for my fantasy team next year. I'd say you have a great young goaltender who's a great young prospect. And if he's your third goalie next year, something like that, then you could turn a really nice profit and he could be super helpful next year.
It's also worth noting that Eric Comrie is signed next season, so it's not like they still got to figure out what to do there, especially if they're going to bring in another goalie there. So definitely not a clear cut situation right now. He's playing at the World Championship. He is the backup to Samuel Montembeault, but we saw what he did with Montreal this year, and that's understandable. But with Devon Levi, the ceiling is high here, but it's okay if they're patient. He just came out of college. He's still very young. Luukkonen's been in the system longer. He looked like he was going to be the goalie of the future. Devon Levi comes out of, I don't want to say nowhere, but he was a 7th-round pick that they had to trade for from Florida that has turned out to be very good. So, that would be a very interesting 1-2 goalie combo. And you got to think like Luukkonen, if he's going to make it, it's got to be next season. And he took some nice steps this year. But, if they are going to go out there and get another goalie, a veteran or a bigger name, that obviously makes that tougher. So it'll be interesting to see how they do manage that. But I do agree. I don't think, Levi could be the number one next year, but I don't think it'll be undisputed. I don't think he's going to run away with it by any means.
Yeah. And before we get to the next question, I just wanted to add one thing, Stephen. If you look at Spencer Knight in Florida, that's a cautionary tale about just pre-anointing a goalie a star. And it's funny, the Panthers traded Devon Levi because they were so sure about Spencer Knight. And obviously, we don't know exactly what he's going through, but even before he went into the player assistance program last season too, there wasn't a consistent performance, and everyone just assumed he was taking over that net from Bobrovsky. So it's a good example that you can't just assume that because a guy is an elite goaltending prospect that the path is going to be linear and he's automatically going to be a star right away.